At this moment, we are experiencing the worst species loss since the extinction of dinosaurs 65 million years ago. And this current crisis is mainly caused by us, humans. Globally, 1/3 of all known species are threatened with extinction. There are currently 41,415 threatened species, including 15,306 endangered species threatened to go extinct. So what happens if we don't conserve and protect the wildlife? Since every species is interconnected in a complex ecological food web, a single species going extinct can lead to the extinction of many other species. This web includes plants, animals, microorganisms, land, water, and climate, which are all interdependent on each other. Removing one piece of the web causes small changes in the ecosystem, eventually leading to bigger, irreparable problems. Take, for example, the gray wolf. In a normal food web, the wolves keep other species from overpopulating. They prey on elk, deer, moose, and other small animals. However, during a mass extinction in the first half of the 20th century, the gray wolf population was decimated from over 2 million to fewer than 1,000 in the Midwest. Without the wolves keeping other species regulated, populations overgrew. The increasing number of elk wiped out the plant species, which threatened songbirds, which in turn increased mosquitoes and insects. See where this is all going? By protecting one species, you're actually protecting a whole web of species.
Wildlife conservation is the most effective way of protecting that web. Firstly, biodiversity is what makes everything unique. Wildlife conservation helps preserve biodiversity, protecting animals and plants from harm that may come from competition with other animals or from human interaction by placing them in a protected space. Conserving the natural world creates a more beautiful and aesthetically pleasing planet. The preservation of this beauty is beneficial for both us as humans and the organisms that live among us, as well as future generations that are yet to come. Going back to the animal web, many small insects and mammals help pollinate many other different species of plants, and by preserving the space for these animals to thrive, that in turn helps the plants and creates a chain of events that greatly impacts the ecosystem for the better. This chain of events also includes an increase in decomposition quality, water purification, erosion control, flood control, carbon storage, and climate control. All of these possibilities, including essentially every other one you can think of, are made a reality by preserving the natural order and beauty of the world through wildlife conservation.
Wildlife conservation gives us many economic benefits. Number 1, tourism. Americans alone spent $18 billion on watching wildlife last year. There is even a special type of tourism surrounding conservation called ecotourism. Ecotourism is the responsible travel to natural areas that conserves the environment, sustains the well-being of the local people, and involves interpretation and education.
Tourism brings new money to local economies and creates jobs for people in the area. In 2004, wildlife tourism created 36,000 jobs in the U.S. Second, natural resources. By conserving wildlife, healthy forests and fertile soil are produced, which in turn helps forestry and agriculture, creating money for the economy. However, natural resources can be a con for the economy. If the land where wildlife is conserved has valuable natural resources, the economy either loses those resources or has to pay a very high amount to attain the land. Third, conserved ecosystems indirectly benefit all species, including humans. Ecosystems reduce the severity of global warming, prevent floods through the absorption of water, and detoxify waste. This creates less costs that humans will have to pay later. Biodiversity is also linked to economic benefits. For example, 50% of medicines currently available are derived from natural products. Losing that biodiversity would mean that we lose the chance to discover new medicines that could help millions of people and save economies billions of dollars each year. There aren't many economic risks caused by wildlife conservation, but there are a few. One, as we mentioned before, is the possibility of losing natural resources. Another is the cost of maintaining the grounds and keeping the conservation staffed. As of 2015, there are 25,800 protected areas covering 14% of the land area of the United States. As you can imagine, that cost of keeping those areas preserved is very high.